What are the origins of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's name? The untold story behind Prince Andrew's royal identity. Welcome, royal watchers, to Crown Chronicles, your royal destination for the most fascinating stories, hidden truths, and historical gems from inside the British royal family. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe right now and join our growing community of royal enthusiasts. Because today, we're uncovering something that sounds simple on the surface but holds layers of history, politics, and family pride beneath it, the true origins of Prince Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's name. Crown. Now, most people know him simply as Prince Andrew, Duke of York. But have you ever wondered why he carries the name Mountbatten Windsor? Or what that name truly means in royal history? Behind those two surnames lies a fascinating story of identity, royal compromise, and even a touch of controversy that shaped how the modern royal family would be known to this very day. Let's begin at the heart of the matter, the name Windsor. That title wasn't always part of the royal bloodline. In fact, it was chosen out of necessity. During World War I, Britain found itself at odds with Germany, and that created a very awkward situation for the royal family, because, at the time, their original family name was the House of Saxe-Coburg in Gotha, a distinctly German name inherited from Queen Victoria's husband, Prince Albert. With anti-German sentiment running high, King George V, Prince Andrew's great-grandfather, made a bold and historic decision in 1917. He issued a royal proclamation declaring that the family would abandon all German titles and adopt the new name Windsor, inspired by Windsor Castle, the ancient fortress that had long symbolized British royalty. From that day forward, the royal family became known as the House of Windsor, marking a new era of British identity. But the story doesn't end there, far from it. Decades later, another name would be added to the royal lineage, Mountbatten. And this addition would come not from royal tradition, but from love. When the young Princess Elizabeth married Philip Mountbatten in 1947, she wasn't just marrying a naval officer, she was marrying a man whose family name carried its own complicated royal past. Philip was born a prince of Greece and Denmark, a descendant of both European royal houses. But his family, too, had been exiled, and his mother's side, the Battenbergs, had changed their name during the same anti-German wave that had swept through Europe. To sound more British, the Battenbergs had anglicized their name to Mountbatten, so when Elizabeth and Philip married, there arose a question that shook the palace walls: what would the royal family be called now? Should the Queen's children bear her name, Windsor, or their father's, Mountbatten? Prince Philip, ever proud of his heritage, wanted his family to carry his name, the Mountbatten name. But royal tradition and the influence of the Queen's advisors, led by Winston Churchill and the formidable Queen Mary, dictated otherwise. They insisted the royal house must remain known as Windsor, to preserve continuity and the crown's identity. The decision deeply hurt Prince Philip, who famously remarked, "I'm nothing but a bloody amoeba, the only man in the country not allowed to give his name to his children." The matter seemed settled, the royal family remained the House of Windsor. But Queen Elizabeth II, deeply devoted to her husband, never forgot his disappointment. Years later, she quietly made a change that would forever unite both legacies. In 1960, when Prince Andrew was born, the Queen made an important decision, a royal declaration that from that point onward, her direct descendants who did not carry royal titles would bear the surname Mountbatten Windsor. It was a compromise, a way to honor both her own lineage and her husband's. Prince Andrew, being the first child born after this decree, was among the very first royals to officially carry that dual name, so while the world knew him as Prince Andrew, Duke of York, his full family name, Andrew Albert Christian Edward Mountbatten Windsor, carried within it a story of love, legacy, and royal negotiation. Each part of that name tells its own tale. The name Andrew itself was chosen in honor of Prince Philip's Greek heritage, Saint Andrew being the patron saint of both Scotland and Greece, symbolizing the deep cultural ties shared by the two nations close to the royal heart. The middle name Albert honored the Queen's beloved father, King George VI, whose given name was Albert Frederick Arthur George. Christian and Edward were nods to long-standing royal naming traditions that honored past kings and family ancestors. Together, these names wove the threads of British, Greek, and European royalty into one, creating a bridge between the old and the new. And that's what makes the name Andrew Mountbatten Windsor so significant. It's not just a title, it's a symbol of unity. It represents the merging of two royal houses, two legacies, and two powerful forces that shaped the modern British monarchy. Interestingly, very few royals actually use the name Mountbatten Windsor in public life. It's reserved mostly for official documents or legal occasions, such as marriage certificates. For example, when Prince Harry and Meghan Markle married in 2018, the name Mountbatten Windsor appeared on their son Archie's birth certificate, continuing that 1960 decision made in the wake of Prince Andrew's birth. Prince Andrew himself rarely used his full surname. In royal circles, he's simply known as His Royal Highness the Duke of York. But the Mountbatten Windsor name remains a permanent part of his identity, a reminder of how the monarchy, even at its most traditional, can adapt when it must. And now, as the Duke of York lives a quieter life away from public duties, the name he carries still connects him to a much larger royal narrative, one of family, compromise, and the evolving story of a monarchy that has managed to survive through centuries of change. Behind every royal name lies more than just a title, there's history, politics, and emotion. The name Mountbatten Windsor was born out of a royal marriage that defied odds, a debate that rocked the palace, and a queen's determination to honor both her duty and her husband's pride. In many ways, Prince Andrew's name captures that balance, the enduring struggle between personal love and royal responsibility. So, the next time you hear the name Prince Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, remember, it's not just a string of royal words. It's a living symbol of a family that continues to evolve, one generation at a time, bound not only by blood, but by the timeless names that tell their story. Thank you for watching Crown Chronicles, where we bring you the stories behind the crowns, the untold truths, the history, and the heart of the royal family. If you enjoyed this fascinating journey through royal history, don't forget to subscribe and join us for more captivating insights into the world of royalty. Because here at Crown Chronicles, every crown has a story, and every story deserves to be told.